Hello, yo, good morning, y'all. How are y'all doing today? So for today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm happy to announce that I was given the opportunity to be a part of the experimental content creator patch. So basically what it is, for those that don't know, Blizzard chooses specific content creators to kind of test the waters and change and balance heroes depending on what they want. I did some changes. I hope you guys enjoy it. I spoke and explained why I made such changes for each character, and if you guys did enjoy it or you guys did agree with my changes, smash the like button if you guys haven't already. If you guys want to follow for more Soldier or Cassidy content or just HITSCAN in general, be sure to sub to the channel. Also check out my other socials, it should be right here. But yeah, have a great rest of your day and I'll catch you guys all on the next one. What's up, guys? All right, let me find the document before I show you guys it. No bitching. Alright, so overall change, I've reverted the HITSCAN fall maximum range from 30% back to 50%. So, you know, HITSCAN does more damage for poke now again, and you could potentially get a pick again, which shouldn't really have been touched. So Ashe, I changed her reload from 0.25 seconds a bullet. So for those that really complained about her reload speed, I changed that entire thing to 2.25 seconds a full reload. So it's like a nice little quality of life, and it really doesn't really make her broken. Her overall damage is going to go up over time, like DPS, but it's not going to make her fucking broken. It's just like a nice little quality of life that I thought of. I increased her coach gun cooldown from 10 to 13 seconds because if I'm buffing her and I'm buffing the other HITSCAN characters, they need to like actually be nerfed a little bit in other aspects of their kit. So I feel like Ashe does have too much power with her coach gun. It's very, very strong. And so yeah, I nerfed that a little bit. I got rid of the dynamite damage from her dynamite, which is kind of nice because like for those that are, you know, playing against tracers, you can just use it on top of yourself and you don't take damage. I think it's a nice little quality of life. And I changed the explosion from 20 to 50 to like a flat 50. So yeah, it's a nice small little buff as well. Cassidy. All right, for those that are curious about Cassidy, hey, that's my boy. All right, Cassidy's my boy. I have to, you know, treat him good. I gotta show him love. So I removed Fan the Hammer. Poggers in the chat. Poggers. I've removed Fan the Hammer. It's good. So for those that hate Cassidy's Fan the Hammer, you happy? Be happy. No more Fan the Hammer. Alright? No more Fan the Hammer. But I decreased his HP from 225 back to 200. And to compensate the fact that he has less damage from his right click, because his right click is still pretty freaking good, and I'm gonna remove it, I increase his fire rate back to machine gun cast. Pick your poison, man. You want a right click Cassidy, or you want a Cassidy that is using a left click to aim? So I was like, you know what? Cassidy feels more fun and more skillful using his left click. So I made him machine gun cast again, but I increased his cooldown from 6 to 8 because, like I said, I'm buffing these HITSCAN characters. I gotta like compensate a little bit somehow. And I also got rid of his ability to roll in the air because it's kind of gimmicky and it's kind of broken at the same time. I also decided to get rid of glow around high noon. And I also wanted to give him a smoke screen instead of a stun, but they told me that they can't really add smoke screen. I would rather get rid of his stun for a smoke screen just because naturally a CC is kind of fucking annoying, but a smoke screen is kind of cool. You can use it to escape. You can use it to like troll your team. I don't know, man. That sounds fun. Yes, you can fucking throw down your smoke screen with the high noon. Think about the fucking play on that, man. Like, that'd be pretty fucking cool. I don't know how broken it would be because there's still a lot of freaking shields in this game. And he still says high noon. And if you see a smoke, you're gonna, like, he's gonna be inside of it. But 7, this isn't gonna happen. I spoke to Jeff and he said that he can't do this, which is whatever, man. Because they said they can't, like, create new animations. I don't mind. The machine gun cast is definitely like I feel like a lot of people would appreciate that. You know, remove right click, revert his HP, increase his cooldown, no roll in the air. I think people would be okay with that. And I feel like machine gun cast was what made Cassidy so much fun. Am I right? So Reaper, I buffed Reaper because I felt like Reaper doesn't really have a spot still in this game. So I decreased his shadow step from 10 to 5 seconds so he can TP more often. His Wraith cooldown is reduced from 8 to 4 and no longer reloads the gun. So, you know, there is like counter play to his Wraith. You know, he's not going to just constantly fucking Wraith and reload. He can now use Shadow Step and Wraith form, which is very, very useful if Reaper is, you know, in a tight pinch in the front line because he's going to be like this very, very close range target or character. And as Wraith no longer gives him a movement buff. So that's like another like big one. I had to nerf him somehow if I'm going to make him this like cooldown based DPS close range character. I don't know if it's going to be broken. I really want to test it. I really want to test Reaper. I don't know if he's gonna be OP, but I got rid of his reload for his Wraith, and also he doesn't go faster when he Wraiths. This is the fucking character that I really wanted to add. The first one. You have the ability to slide when sprinting by pressing crouch if possible. Unfortunately, Jeff said he can't do this, but dude, imagine Apex but in Overwatch playing Soldier. My idea for this was the Apex players are gonna come to Overwatch. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of Apex players don't really like Apex now. It gets stale, and then they can play Soldier. You know, they can like they can slide and shit. It'd be so much fun. His tactical visor doesn't give him like the blue goggles anymore, because I know you like good soldiers look down because you're like a fucking glowing candlestick, and it lets people know exactly where you are really quickly. So I got rid of that. It's like a nice little quality of life. Helix Rocket also no longer damages himself. I mean, I'm curious on how it works with like the self damage abilities, like the Ash Dynamite that I changed earlier. His Helix Rocket increased from 6 to 8. Just to compensate with the fact that he no longer hits himself with the Helix. Okay, Widowmaker. I increased their grapple cooldown from 12 to 15 seconds to punish her more often when, you know, she's like too freaking close to the front line. But I made her this character where like her Venom Mine is used now as like intel rather than like just a random fucking ability. So she has 3 Venom Mines. The cooldown is used from 15 to 10 for a 30-second total of 3. Venom Mine damage decreased from 15 damage per second to 10 damage, so it does less damage. And then her wall hack is from 5 to 3 seconds. So it's used more as like intel. Would you think that would be a pretty cool change for Widowmaker? So she's, you know, a little like she's 175 HP still. I think the really good Widowmakers understand the Venom Mine placement. I think it'd be a very interesting playstyle for Widowmakers to adapt, because I think good Widow players know how to use the Venom already. And if they have 3, they have more intel on like where's the enemy, you know? And for attack Widowmaker, it's still good because you can put it behind you to see if you're getting flanked. And then Tracer. Post-bomb now costs 630 points instead of 1260, and post-bomb explosion damage deals 70 to 190 instead of 70 to 350. And the post-bomb no longer damages itself. I'm still questioning if this is still a balanced change. The post-bomb doing 70 to 190 is a pretty good change. This will allow Tracer players to use bomb more frequently. However, they're not going to be one-shotting tanks. You can't one-shot squishies if you don't stick them, and you have to like melee at least. Yeah, that changes the play style of Tracer. I think this is a pretty like decent change. I didn't want to touch her like blanks or recall or damage or her ammo like capacity, just because those all feel balanced. You're just not this like post-bomb one trick where you just like farm it and then use it on the tank and blah blah. You can still use it on tanks, but this gives more opportunities for Tracer players. These are Jake's changes. Genji now has 2 dashes. You think my changes are broken? Jake said he's gonna make projectile DPS the most broken thing and he doesn't care. I would have fucking just gotten rid of fall off damage, but I know how fucking broken that would be. If I wanted to make HITSCAN broken, I would have. But my goal for this is to make people see these small little changes making a big difference as well. Projectile is actually better than HITSCAN right now. You know, I know it's crazy. And when I say that, it's just Echo, bro. Hanzo, pretty strong. Junkrat right now, pretty strong. Torb is actually fucking strong as hell right now, which is kind of funny because he was a throw pick for so long. Symmetra is pretty freaking good right now too. I feel like I didn't buff the HITSCANs enough for this patch. What do you guys think? I feel like I didn't buff them enough. And the support changes are actually really good too. They're very similar, aligned with mine. Like they're very understandable changes. Like they're like small little changes that make a big difference. Like for Ana, you guys are gonna be pretty excited for Ana's change. I think it's a very like nice quality of life change, and it's also a buff because you guys will see. I know one of the change. You can see enemies through walls that get slept, but you can see the slept targets through walls, which is very useful. Like that is so fucking useful. The amount of times when I slept the target and then my teammates don't know where they're at, I'm just like, unlucky, man. So now there's gonna be like a little indicator of where like the person is slept, which is a really nice buff. All right, so consensus. You guys happy with my changes?